How do processing capacities play a role?
People have different abilities to process visually, auditorily, speaking of their words, and lots of different things. So your brain is obviously one of the most complex things. And research shows that if people vary widely, right, like no two fingerprints are the same, then visual researchers say that visual experiences and visual processing abilities vary more widely than any other characteristic. So now let me give you an example from when I was teaching a math class, and this can help, I think, some tennis coaches. I had a group of students who just didn't seem to be getting what I was teaching, trying to problem solve. How am I going to go about this differently? So I decided to teach math without talking. And so I just simply wrote things on the board and I worked problems out and I asked them to stop me if they had a question. And so because they weren't so busy verbally processing the words, their eyes actually could see for the first time what was happening on the board. And so that's also instructive to how people go about playing. They're always talking to themselves. You know, they talk to themselves, they talk to their partner, they're telling their partner what to do, and their partner's wishing they would just shut up and play. Or they're wishing that the coach would not go launch into these very lengthy explanations, because then all that verbal processing gets in the way of actually seeing what's happening.
That's good. Next question, Bill. What does it mean to leave your mind and come to your senses as per the inner game guru, the great Tim Gallwey?
Yeah, and that's something I think he gets into more in the second book, and people really need to look for inner tennis playing the game. So if you liked the inner game of tennis, you will love inner tennis playing the game. There's a lot more practical application. So in that book, he really gets into when you're up here and you're thinking and you're trying to analyze, which many people do because that's what they do in their lives. You know, a lot of successful people have analytical jobs, so they analyze the heck out of everything. And you learned that. We learned that in college. Analyze this, analyze that. But you can't really analyze your way to the game. I always ask people, wait, are we here to think tennis? Are we here to work on your game? Or do you want to play better? Here's how we're going to play. Seeing what's happening. We're going to play by feeling what's happening. And the seeing and the feeling go together. I had an amazing interview with Torben Ulrich, who some people say might have been the first inner tennis player ever. So I asked Torben, I said, hey, if you were going to teach tennis, what would you do? And he said, well, Bill, first you have to know what you're doing. Because if you don't know what you're doing, how will you change what you're doing? So the only way that's going to happen is to just stop thinking so much and just pay attention through your eyes and through how you feel what's actually happening.